You mean anything? Yeah, I have it. Where? See it? No.
That's why you're on exam.
Yeah. Alright, so last class we did about alimentary canal, right?
Yes.
What is alimentary canal?
Passage from mouth to anus.
What are the important parts of digestive system?
Mouth, salivary gland, esophagus, the stomach, duodenum, ileum, pancreas, liver, gallbladder,
Alright, then what are the four important functions of the alimentary canal? Absorption, wait, after absorption is what? After absorb, what do we do? No, first is absorption.
No, first is ingestion.
Ingestion, then digestion, right? What are the two types of digestion? Mechanical is by the help of
Teeth.
and what it does?
Break down into
Large to small by increasing the surface area for enzymes to work. And then what is chemical digestion?
enzyme.
Enzymes helps to make it large and soluble into small soluble, right? And then after digestion, absorption. What happens in absorption? It goes from the, now the food is already in the small intestine. So from the wall of small intestine it goes into the blood. That is absorption. And then after absorption is, what happens in assimilation? Blood. From the walls, from the blood it goes into the cell for what? For what? Making part of the cells, right? Making part of the cells, right? Alright, after assimilation, what is ingestion? What is the difference between ingestion and excretion?
Ingestion is non-digested food. Excretion is
Waste products, right? And what are the organs for excretion?
Reactive.
I'm saying excretion.
What for urination or defecation?
Excretion is which one?
Waste.
Waste products, right? Excretion is waste products. So what are the organs involved?
When did you think a large intestine?
Huh?
Large intestine.
Okay, very.
Gallbladder.
What are the two major excreting products in our body?
Carbon dioxide.
And
Urea.
urea. So where does carbon dioxide get excreted from? Urea? Kidney. So kidney and lungs are the excretory organs. Understand?
Yes.
And then we did learn about peristalsis, right? What is peristalsis? What again? One person answer. So many cells I cannot hear.
Wave-like contraction of muscle.
Contraction of muscles to move the food toward the alimentary canal, right? Which okay. What's the function of salivary gland? Saliva. What are the two functions of saliva? Everyone? Lubricate the food. Amylase is for which carbohydrate, for example?
Starch.
Into
used for absorption.
So does small intestine have any enzyme?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
They themselves don't have, right? But it comes from pancreatic juice, right? Pancreas release pancreatic. What are the three enzymes in that? Amylase is for protease and lipase is for fats. Which type of protease is that? Trypsin. Trypsin is for further digestion, right?
Yes.
Okay. What else is the function of duodenum?
Absorption. Neutralize acid from.
Neutralize. What pH stomach, small intestine has? Alkaline. So it helps to neutralize. Any other function of duodenum?
Receives
What is the function of bile?
to emulsify.
What does it mean by emulsify? Smaller pieces by increasing the surface area for absorption. And where is bile produced? Where it is stored? So if someone's gallbladder is removed surgically, can they take fats?
Yes.
But
Slower digestion, right? Because lipase is there to digest. Okay, ileum. What are the important functions of ileum? Villi. What's villi for? They have on their surface they have microvilli, and microvilli are to increase the surface area for absorption of nutrients, right? And then they have enzymes everywhere located in the epithelial lining. Pancreas secretes pancreatic juice. Okay, chemical digestion. Then liver. What are the 5 functions of liver?
Breakdown of alcohol, small glycogen.
Gallbladder stores bile and it's secreted through via bile duct, right? Colon
Absorb water and by salt.
from undigested food, right? Rectum,
Store feces.
anus,
And
remove the feces, digestion, right?
digestion feces.
If they ask you in exam which part of the digestive system or alimentary canal absorb most water,
Colon.
okay, it's actually small intestine. Most of the water get absorbed by small intestine, but then later large intestine helps to absorb the water from undigested food to make feces. Okay, but the answer would be small intestine. If they ask you most water is reabsorbed from small intestine. Is this clear?
Yep.
Okay, then we did learn about, we started the teeth part already, right? Okay, before that, what does it mean by the term physical digestion?
Teeth. Crunching. Chewing.
Okay, what else?
Um,
What's the purpose of physical digestion? Why?
Increase the surface area.
Increase the surface area. So break down into smaller pieces without chemical change so that they increase the surface area. Then later exams will come and then they can work properly if the surface area is higher, right? Alright, then we did learn did we discuss about how does stomach help in physical digestion? How? By churning. What happens?
Contracts.
What do we call that? Huh?
Inversely contracting and relaxing.
Inversely? Antagonistically.
Antagonist.
No, but what comes in physical, like usually if you see teeth, it helps in physical digestion, right? How does stomach helps in physical digestion? Muscle contraction, right? In exam you have to explain also, right? Not only act.
Good did it.
Huh? Antagonistic. If you don't remember, then that term is also okay as long as you remember it's muscle contraction in physical digestion and either antagonistically or antagonistic. Anta means against. So I think even your book will not have that. The new textbook, which page number is that?
What?
Physical digestion in stomach.
Page 116.
116.
17.
No, huh? 170. Under the heading of function of stomach in physical digestion. So you have to talk about muscles, you have to talk about gastric juice, squeezing of the food, right? The mixture turns into creamy liquid. Okay, so the purpose of all this thing, the purpose of physical digestion is to by increasing the surface area. So the key word is surface area. Alright, okay, then is the projector on? No. Can someone on? Alright, then we did learn about the types of teeth. What are the 4 types? Okay, and then how do you identify or differentiate them? Function? Canine?
Either side
more pointed.
More pointed, right? Canine is more pointed. Function?
similar structure is scissor.
Premolar?
Behind canine have pointy. Have 1 or 2 roots.
Two to 3 cusps and roots. And then molar?
Have 4 or 5 cusps. Actor 3 roots. Chewing and grinding.
Okay. Okay, then the structure of a tooth. What are the layers? What is the upper part called? Lower part? And then what is the first layer? Enamel. Second? Third? So how does the tooth decay happen? Why?
Acids.
Acid comes from where?
Bacteria.
What bacteria does that produce acid?
Bacteria.
Why bacteria comes? The sugar starts, so bacteria come to feed on that, and then how acid comes suddenly?
Because the digestion of the excretion.
Respiration, right? They produce acid, right? So that acid goes first to digest the animal, then the dentin is softer, right? And then it reaches the pulp cavity. What is inside the pulp cavity?
Nerves.
And nerves and blood vessels, right? So once it reaches there, then we feel the pain, right? And then this is important, this part. These are the labelings that you have to know. Animal, dentin, pulp, nerve, blood vessels, semen, okay? And then most important thing that you need to know is that teeth are embedded in bones and gums. This statement is important, okay?
Cement.
Yes. Where is the projector? Okay, so this statement is important. Teeth are embedded in bones and the gums. Okay, so this statement, whatever that they highlight a specific statement in IGCSE means they mention in the table, that means that is important. That is something that they're gonna ask about. Okay, so this is important to know. You want to ask? Okay, function of teeth, you understand, right?
Yes.
Describe the function of stomach, also understand, right?
Yes.
Okay, how can we avoid cavities to happen? Huh?
Floss.
Okay, avoid sweet drinks. What else? Brush twice, at least twice. What else? Visit to dentist every 6 months, right? After every 6 months. Alright, this is about the role of bile. It's for emulsification of fat and oil to increase the surface area for chemical digestion. Lipase, right? Understand, right? Alright, then we haven't started this part, right? Is it? I think we have done some of it, right? Okay, what is chemical digestion? Just now we did physical digestion, that was the breakdown of food into smaller pieces without any chemical change. And the purpose of physical digestion was to increase the surface area. Now chemical digestion is the breakdown of large insoluble molecules into small soluble molecules. So the key word is insoluble to soluble. Okay? The first one, physical digestion, is just making the size smaller. Chemical digestion is making from insoluble to soluble. Understand? And it happens by the help of enzymes, right? So the role of chemical digestion in producing small soluble molecules. Why? It makes small soluble so that it can be absorbed easily. Because we need to absorb the nutrients, right, to be used by the cells for energy and all other processes, right? Then the function of enzymes, amylase is for starch into maltose, then into glucose. Protease is for proteins into peptides, then into amino acids. And then what are the two types of protease that we have learned? Pepsin is in stomach, right? Pepsin stomach. Trypsin is in small intestine, right? Lipase is for breakdown of fats and oil into fatty acids and glycols.
But isn't ribosome inside the pancreatic juice?
It means like, but it works in the small intestine, right? It comes from the pancreatic juice. Okay, this one, state where in the digestive system amylase, protease and lipase are secreted. Amylase is where? In the mouth, right? Secreted. Protease? Stomach and small intestine or pancreatic juice. Lipase? Stomach? Only pancreatic juice or small intestine, right? So actually if they ask you where they are secreted, protease and lipase are secreted in the pancreatic juice. And where they act? Protease act in either in the stomach as well as in the small intestine. But lipase only in small intestine, right? Then the function of hydrochloric acid in gastric juice. What is it? For killing harmful bacteria in the food and providing acidic optimum pH for the enzyme to work, right? Then so amylase breakdown starch into starch is a type of which type? Which type? Polysaccharide. Maltose is disaccharide. And then the enzyme that breaks down maltose is called maltase. It breaks down maltose into glucose. Where is maltase located? Membrane of epithelium lining in the small intestine. This is also very important, the location of it. There was, I think, in the recent past papers they asked this question about where it is located. So it's in the epithelium lining of the small intestine. Okay. Describe the digestion of proteins by protease in the digestive system. So first one, pepsin. Pepsin is where? So it breaks down proteins in the acidic conditions of the stomach. So pepsin needs, why pepsin only works in the stomach? Because the optimum pH for pepsin to work is acidic. So that's why it can only work in the stomach. It cannot work in small intestine. Then trypsins, it breaks down proteins in the alkaline conditions of the small intestine. Is this clear? Okay, it actually helps to neutralize this because it is alkaline in nature, and then stomach has acidic pH, right? So when acid and alkaline mix, they neutralize, right? You know neutralization, right? So it neutralizes one thing, the acidic mixture of food, and also the gastric juice entering the duodenum from the stomach to provide suitable pH for the enzyme actions. That's one function of it. Second function of bile is emulsification of fats. Is this clear? So this function is very important. Okay, if they give you for 2 marks the function of bile, it means you have to write down 2 valid points of it. So one point is about emulsification, second is about this. Neutralizing the acidic mixtures of food and gastric juice to provide optimum pH for the enzyme to work.
The maltase is from the pancreatic juice, but then digested in the epithelial walls, right?
Digestive. Maltase is the enzyme, right?
Yeah. So where is it produced?
Maltase is produced from the pancreatic juice, but it acts in the small intestine. In which part? In the epithelium. Okay. So it breaks down maltose on the membrane of the epithelium lining. Alright, so if they ask you in exam what are the 2 functions of bile, what is the first one? What again? Okay, emulsification of fat by increasing the surface area. Second, neutralizes what? Acidic pH of stomach of food, right? That comes from the stomach. Okay? Or especially the gastric juice, because from the stomach the gastric juice comes together with the food, so it neutralizes it to provide optimum pH for enzymes to work. You must write down that one also, to provide optimum. What is the purpose of that neutralizing pH? It's to provide optimum pH for enzymes to work, right? Okay, I think this is the last part of it. That is about absorption. State that small intestine is the region where the nutrients get absorbed. What is absorption again?
Absorption of the movement of nutrients from the intestine into the blood.
Movement of nutrients from the wall of small intestine into the blood. That is absorption. Elena, can I get you? Okay. So then after that, I think it's in your textbook as well. On page number 122. Page number 122, everyone. They mention under the heading of absorption. So the small intestine, it consists of 2 things, duodenum and ileum. So nearly all the absorption of digested food take place in the ileum along with most of the water. So the keyword is most of the water. In exam, if they ask you where does the most of the water get absorbed from, it should be small intestine. It should not be large intestine. Which part of small intestine? Ileum, not duodenum. Ileum, okay? Some part of water or some water is also absorbed from the part of large intestine called colon, but only some. Most get absorbed from small intestine, ileum. Okay, just underline or highlight this one. This is important. Okay. Imran, I think it's not in your textbook, right? This statement.
Some is.
But did they mention about this? Most water get absorbed from small intestine.
Yeah.
Is there?
Nearly all the portion of digestive food takes place in ileum, along with most of the food.
Okay.
But the rest is safe.
That part you can highlight. Okay. This is about it. Then is villi. Alright, the second point is state that most water is absorbed from the small intestine, but that some is absorbed from the colon. Last time, if you see the last year's syllabus they did not mention that, but they used to ask this question a lot in exam. So students usually get confused with that, but in this one, they have actually the one that they repeatedly ask. Now in this syllabus, they have actually highlighted those points. They have actually made those as a point of the syllabus that you really need to know. That's why I said always, if you want to make mind map also, oh mind map, right? Done? All are done. Because I think no excuse now because you got yesterday's class also for this, right? So today, is it done in your notebook or a separate?
Okay, I can tell the page out. I can't. I can't.
How many of you have done it on your notebook? Only 2. Others all have done separately. Okay, can someone collect from all later and later and then just put it on my table? Put your names also. Just at the end or on top or at the bottom, just put your names. Okay, who will collect it later and put it on my table? Okay, Khairi. Khairi, make sure all of them have their names on, and if someone has not submitted, just give me their names. Okay, whoever has not submitted today.
Okay.
All right. Next is villi. Okay, villi. I think you guys, some of you were saying that you have done it already in sophomore as well, right? No? How many of you have learned it in sophomore? Very and only both of you.
I wasn't in sophomore.
Sophomore, freshman,
Back in the old days.
We have learned it in detail, like the structure also.
The structure.
Structure of villi. Okay, significance of villi and microvilli. So now, okay, for villi and microvilli, this is the structure first of all. This is also very important from exam's point of view. This is one villus. Villus is a singular of villi. Villi is a plural, okay? So this is one single structure of villus. So first of all, the outermost layer is called epithelium. After epithelium, you can see that inside this is blood capillaries, okay? This is the mucus producing cells. After blood capillaries, you can see this yellow one, right? This is called lectin. Alright, and then this is crypt. You mainly what you need to know is epithelium, blood capillaries, lectin, lymphatic system. Alright, those are the important labelings of it. And then on the surface of this is small hair-like structures like this one. They are called microvilli. So these are the ones that increases the surface area. Like root hair cells, right? Root has root hair cells. So that are smaller in size, so that increases the surface area for absorption, right? Similarly, villi has microvilli. So they help in absorption of nutrients. Is this clear? So what is the function of ileum? It's for absorption of digested food, right? One of the reasons why it absorbs most of the digested food because of smaller size, higher surface area, faster absorption. Get it? And then what you have to know. Now there are 2 types of foods that will be digested by the villi. First of all, what are the 3 types of nutrients that we have in the food? The monomers. Tell me the monomers of that. Amino acids, glucose, fatty acids, right? Fatty acids plus cholesterol. So this one, because when it reaches the small intestine, it's already broken down, right? Now it needs to get absorbed into the blood. Understand? So absorption happens in the ileum. Now what is the pathway for absorption? First of all, glucose, amino amino acids. First we are talking about glucose and amino acid. Where do they go? First they go into the epithelium. Epithelium, you know, is the outermost layer, right? After epithelium, they go through the wall of capillaries into the bloodstream, because you see there is capillaries, right? If you see in the labeling, right? So from the epithelium, they go into the blood capillaries, and from the capillaries they go into the blood, okay? And then they are carried into the blood, and okay, if you know this or if you don't know this, in our body, first of all there is arteries, then there is capillaries, then there is veins. Arteries are the one where the blood comes from our heart. All the oxygenated blood comes to arteries. And then when it goes to capillaries, the blood will get, all the nutrients will get transferred to our cells, and all the waste products will come in. Now the blood becomes deoxygenated. So that deoxygenated blood is carried by our veins. Is this clear? So when it goes to epithelium, after that it goes to blood capillaries. After blood capillaries, they join to form veins, okay? And then small veins join together to form a big vein. What is that called? It's called hepatic portal vein. The word hepatic comes from, do you know hepatitis? Have you heard about the disease hepatitis? What happens in hepatitis? Blood pressure? Itis always means, itis is a medical term that always means swollen or inflammation of something. Hepatic is from always liver. Okay? Actually, you should know these terms. Whenever we talk about renal arteries, renal vein is always about kidney. Okay? For lungs, we use the term, anyone knows? Which arteries and veins for lungs? Starts with P. If you have learned last in sophomore the structure of heart thing, PU. Pulse. Pulmonary. Pulmonary is for lungs. For liver is hepatic. For heart is what? We did just in this chapter actually. Which artery supplies blood directly to the heart?
Vein.
Huh? Vein. C starts with C.
Coronary.
Coronary artery, right? Okay. So when those veins join together, it forms a large vein that brings the blood directly to the liver. That vein is called hepatic portal vein. Okay. Actually, liver has hepatic artery, hepatic vein, but one more is hepatic portal vein. Hepatic portal vein is a connection between liver and small intestine. Get it? Alright, so I repeat this again. We are talking about glucose, amino acids, and some of the fats. Some fats, not all the fats. For all fats, it's another way. So how do they get absorbed? First they go to, say with me, first epithelium, then where? What is this? Capillaries. After capillaries, veins, and then veins join together to form large vein, hepatic portal vein that brings it to the liver, and from the liver it goes to blood circulation. It goes to the blood, and then blood will take it to all the tissues of the body. Get it?
Okay, what is it?
Yes? Huh?
What does it go to the liver first?
Assimilation.
Oh.
The function of liver is assimilation, right? So that's why through the hepatic portal vein it goes to the liver to get assimilated, to build up into tissues. Okay? So after that, last they release in the general blood circulation. So from this general blood circulation, so general blood circulation bring it to all the cells. Is this clear or not?
Yes.
It's like how you come to bringing lunch. You use different, either use highway or either use alternate route, right? So this is the way how the nutrients reach the blood. From the blood they go to all the cells. So first one, epithelium, then blood capillaries, then vein, then hepatic portal vein, then blood circulation. Alright, so the pathway is, this is for all amino acids, all glucose and some fats. So what is the pathway? First epithelium, then capillaries, then veins, then hepatic portal vein, then liver, then lastly general blood circulation. The purpose is to reach to the blood. Understand, right? Okay. If you want to copy this, then I tell you the root for fats after this. Sorry, what is the difference? Villi is a bigger structure. On the surface of villi, there are tear-like structures which are called microvilli. The purpose of those is to increase the surface area for absorption.
Epithelium, capillaries, and veins, hepatic portal vein, and then liver, and
General blood.
then bloodstream to results.
This is not absorption, right?
Circulation.
This is absorption.
Absorption and assimilation both are here in this. It's like a hepatic portal vein is a connection between liver and small intestine. That's why it's called hepatic portal vein.
All these are no, I'll just go to no, because I don't coronary is coronary artery. Hepatic artery. That's why that one is big. The opposite.
Exactly.
Big is the opposite of artery.
Okay, let me complete the last part of it. Okay.
Cell is artery.
This was for some of the fatty acids, right? Alright, some of the fatty acids and glycerols from the digestion of fats enters the blood capillaries, like I mentioned this pathway, right? But however, large proportion of the fatty acids and glycerol, they combine to form fats first in the intestine. Then where do they go? They go from the epithelium. Instead of going into the blood capillaries, they go into the lectin. From the epithelium, they go into the lectin. After going into the lectin, down there you see the lymphatic system, right? From the lectin, they go down the lymphatic system, and from the lymphatic system, they enter the general blood circulation. Okay? Get it? The most of the fats. Understand, for most of the fats, some fats follow that way, but most of the fats, they combine, like it's already broken down, right? So it combines back again to form fats, then it goes into the epithelium first, then goes into the lectin, then goes into the lymphatic system, and last one, general blood circulation. Is this clear? Huh? Clear, right? So this is the pathway for most of the fats. Then they go to the lymphatic system. And then they go to the general blood circulation.
I gave you the reason to do it. He uses names.
The hell? So one day, this fat went inside. And then he went, it said, instead of going to the capillary, he went to the lectin. And afterwards, he found his way to the. No, I'm picking my class. Okay, I don't want to country time.
It's
No, it's not even that long. It's not even cut it. No, I'm gonna have to, like, the video will be messed up. Okay. It said to
Alright, so the last part of the syllabus was actually explain not of the syllabus of this chapter. Significance of villi and microvilli. So you should know microvilli are present on the surface of villi. What do? They increase the surface area for absorption of nutrients, and then you have to explain the structure of villus, like what we did just now. Epithelium. What is the next one? Epithelium, then blood capillaries, then structure of villi? Epithelium, blood capillaries, lectin, lymphatic system, right? All those. And then the role of capillaries and lectin. Capillaries is for absorption of glucose, amino acids, and some fats, fatty acids. Lectin is for absorption of most of the fats, right? So with that, we are actually done with this chapter. So just go through it for the next class. There might be.
Adina is the movie name of Adina. But what's all this for? I put it in
The point of it is
Monday you have 21 chapters. And you have 8.
okay. In the future, what would you name your child? I want a unique old money. Old money. No, it's not. No, it doesn't have to. But you